I've never seen such an amazing man. To avoid attacks by wild wolves at night, he decides to transform this fallen tree in front of him into a shelter. The man quickly takes out a shovel from his backpack and marks out a square area in front of the tree. Then, he picks up the shovel and begins digging. Since the soil is soft, there's little resistance, the shovel easily sinks into the ground, lifting a clump of earth with each swing. As time passes, a square pit quickly forms on the ground. The man uses the shovel to smooth out the uneven parts along the sidewalls, then clears away the remaining soil. Now, the main framework of the shelter stands before our eyes, doesn't it? After that, the man brings out a hacksaw and ventures deep into the forest. He carefully selects several sturdy logs and saws off the finest sections, trimming away any protruding branches. These logs are the essential materials for building the shelter. After processing them, he carries them back and stacks them next to the site. Next, he lays a layer of logs flat on the bottom. This helps reduce moisture intrusion while sleeping. To make access easier, he builds a simple staircase using square logs. Anyone with good hands-on skills could probably follow along just by watching. He then places the prepared logs around the walls. Each log has slots carved at both ends, allowing them to fit perfectly together. Next, he spreads moss evenly between the logs. It not only fills the gaps and adds cushioning, but also improves insulation and sealing. He continues alternating layers of logs and moss until the walls of the entire shelter are tightly sealed. Doesn't this result look impressively smooth? Then, the man uses a saw to cut a square opening in one of the walls. This will become the fireplace, so he begins digging deeply into the wall with his shovel, hollowing out the combustion chamber. To ensure proper ventilation, he digs a passage from the fireplace to the outside. The process is exhausting, but he keeps going. After clearing the remaining soil, he gathers some sturdy logs and places them along one side of the wall. And that's how a simple little bed is made, isn't it? Next, he carves interlocking slots on wooden beams and places them atop the shelter to form a lattice roof. He lays more logs over it to seal it completely, leaving an opening for the entrance and exit, of course. The gaps between the logs are filled with moss once again. We won't go through every single detail here, but pay attention to the craftsmanship in the video, it's remarkable. But he's not done yet. Now, the man turns his attention to the massive fallen tree. He uses an axe to remove the decayed parts inside and organizes the hollow trunk's interior. Then, he saws off the excess wood outside to make future work easier. He even collects the sawdust and debris, wrapping them carefully in cloth to take along. Nothing goes to waste. Next, he saws off a section of the lower trunk and moves it to the shelter entrance, using it to conceal the doorway. He shovels soil over the surface, fills and smooths it, and sprinkles leaves on top for camouflage. Finally, he weaves a door for the shelter using flexible branches. Now, the hidden forest shelter is complete. As night falls, the man carries his backpack inside. He lights a small fire in the fireplace and finally prepares a warm meal, grilled beef rolls, to reward himself after a long day's work. One can't help but admire the man's incredible craftsmanship, resilience, and survival skills. If the maximum score is 100, how many points would you give him?